Back with some more everlasting summer. Dots. Strange, odd, and alien world. However, at the same time, it was absolutely not frightening. Either my self-preservation instinct decided to resign from its job, or all this running around the camp and the local pioneers had lulled me so much with their carefree normality that I was simply forgetting what had happened to me just a couple of hours ago. Although I probably just had no strength left to worry. All I wanted was some peace, calmness. I wanted to just have a break from it all. And only after that would I continue looking for answers ready and reloaded. However, that would be sometime later. What about now? Can I allow myself to relax? Got completely dark, and in any case it was better to spend the night in camp. I was about to head back when someone came up silently from behind. Hello, what are you doing here so late? Dots. Slavia standing before me. So surprised that I jumped. So you didn't catch Juliana, did you? She smiled, nodded disappointedly inside. No wonder. No one ever has. Yeah, she's a real rock girl. She could have found a better use for her energy than looking for adventures. You must be hungry. You didn't manage to have dinner after all. Indeed, I completely forgot about my hunger, but after these words of hers, my stomach drew attention to itself by giving a treacherous roar. Savia smiled. Let's go then. What, is the canteen still open? It's alright, I have the keys. Keys? Yes, I have the keys to all the facilities in this camp. How come? Well, I'm something like the camp's leader's aide here. I see. Well, let's go. It was an offer you can't refuse. Of course. When we reached the square, Slavia stopped in her tracks. Excuse me, I should warn my roommate that I'll be late. She's so punctual herself that she'll be worried otherwise. You go on to the canteen and I'll come in a minute, alright? Alright. Really did not expect to find somebody aside from myself there at such a late hour. Somebody was apparently trying hopelessly to open the door. Without any secret, though, Dots, I walked up on the porch. The lockpicker turned out to be Elisa. Should have probably kept off and waited. She looked at me intently for a while, then said, "Don't just stand there, give me a hand or something." Meaning? Help me open the door. Why? 'Cause I want some buns and kefir. Dinner wasn't big enough. Is that really a good idea? Aren't you hungry yourself, huh? Yana didn't let you have a normal dinner, did she? She smiled sarcastically. It's true, she didn't. It's fine, Slavia will come now and... What? Guess I shouldn't have said that. But I'm off then. And you'll pay for this. You owe me 2 already. Having said that, Alicia disappeared into the night. What was the first one? Electric. Slavia didn't keep me waiting for too long. Is everything alright? Yeah, why are you asking? No reason, it's nothing. It'd be better if I didn't tell her about Elisa. Everything's fine. Said that and immediately heard a note of dishonesty in my voice. Well, shall we go? As for Slavia, she seemed not to have noticed anything. Or at least she was pretending she hadn't. We entered the canteen. Wait a bit, I'll go get something. It's romance music. We're about to have a moment here, guys. I sat down on a chair and obediently waited for my savior. Ooh. My dinner was simple, a few buns and a glass of kefir. No wonder I bet hungry pioneers finished everything off. However, even that was far better than most of my usual diet. Slavia sat across the table and looked at me while I was eating. Is there something on my face? No, just... Jesus Christ, her eyes! She smiled. So how'd you like your first day in camp? Well, I didn't eat. I fucking almost got lost. Abandoned in the night. So, yeah. Silly to ask someone who suddenly found himself in a different reality whether he liked the food in the canteen, the camp leader, or his signed hut. It's alright, you'll soon get used to it. Slavia stared out the window dreamily. Frankly speaking, I have no desire to get used to such things, but as far for her, she doesn't know. Or at least she wants me to think that she doesn't. Well, all in all, it's nice here. I had to somehow break the awkward silence. Good job, me. Do you think so? She asked without any interest. Yeah, this place is so... I wanted to say retro, but I managed to hold that back. After all, it was retro for me, but what about them? Might be the only kind of life they knew. The term life was applicable here at all. So how? She watched me closely. She's not watching you, she's looking at the other place, yeah. As if nothing important depended on my answer. Well, I don't know. Lovely. Yeah, it's lovely here. Guess you're right. She smiled again. It's very good that you think so. Why? Well, not everybody likes it here. What about you? Me? Yes. Love it here. It's great. Then you don't need to worry about what other people think. Well, I don't really worry. Slavia laughed. This conversation seemed to be leading me far astray from where I wanted to get to. And you're worried yourself. Really? Why do you say so? Well, when someone is chewing so intensely... I'm sorry. It's okay. Couldn't bring myself to be more cautious around this girl. Why her in particular? Why not any other local inhabitant? Every one of them looked completely normal to me. It's because those gorgeous locks, she's seducing you. Precisely normal. So normal it sends chills down my spine and to my marrow. Normal, not like a neighbor with a power drill in one hand and a subwoofer in the other. Not like a passenger you can often meet in the subway or on a public transport. Not like a co-worker at the next table in an open plan office. And not even like a friend who only differs from other humans in his consent and assistance. All of them looked normal, as I would expect them to be, their own downsides but without any superpowers. Slavia was also... cute? What? I glanced at her stealthily, not knowing what to say. Sorry, I wanted to show you the camp, but was ran off my feet. I didn't miss anything while on my own, I guess. Are you sure you haven't missed anything at all? I missed you. She smiled so brightly that I had to drop my eyes in confusion. Well, how would I know? It's my first day here. Okay, and what have you seen so far? Seen the square, this canteen, the football field. What about the bench? I mean the beach. Fuck. Just from afar. You really should go there. Let's do it together. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, okay, we will. Yes, we will. Is there actually like stuff like that happens in this game? I hope not. That'd be kind of weird. Her naturalness started to scare me, but then I thought, what if everything that happens here is how it's supposed to be and this world looks strange only to me? Well, for them it is normal. Maybe I was thrown into the past. Shut the fuck up. Yes, that would explain a lot. How? Can I ask a stupid question? No. Wow, you bitch. Smiled and stood up from the table. It's late. Can you find the way to Dimitri's by yourself? Of course I can, but why should I go there? She'll settle you with someone. What for? Probably this question seems stupid because Slavia burst into a good-natured laugh. You need to sleep somewhere, right? I could sleep on the table. Makes sense. Fine, I'll be off then. Good night. Night. You're so cute. Strange that she left in such a hurry. Bundle of keys left in the door locked caught my attention. It's going to catch up to Slavia, but where does she live? Knocking at every door during the middle of the night didn't sound like a bright idea. Oh, shit. Well, here, what I could do is... Oh my god, the possibilities in this decision. Okay. Take the keys. What I could do, and I hope it works, is I can take them to Dimitri, and Dimitri can give them to Slavia. If I leave the keys, somebody's gonna fucking steal them. Somebody's gonna get all up in the cocaine and the marijuana stash, and all that shit's gonna happen. Okay, I don't know. But if I take the keys and my dumbass does not decide to fucking hand the keys to Dimitri, and I look like a thief. Oh my fucking god. Okay, no, we're taking the keys. I better take them. I'll give them back tomorrow because who knows what happens here all night. Such thoughts gave me chills. It's me who needs to be careful here in the first place. The night, though dark, wasn't silent at all. One could hear chirping crickets, the songs of night birds and rustling trees from everywhere. A sudden desire to follow Slavia's advice and go to the camp leader's cabin appeared. Jesus. I don't know why, but the sight of the unknown bronze builder of communism put me in a constructive mood. I sat on the bench and started to recall everything that happened today. That was all my constructive mood could offer. Here was much brighter than near the canteen, and tardy pioneers running by, so this place didn't seem scary at all. Bus, summer camp, tensely hot women. I was so tired for everything new and strange that I could not come up with a single explanation for what was going on. I heard a barely noticeable rustle nearby. Shivered and looked in that direction. A girl, reading a book. It's her. I like this chick. I decided to move closer and talk. She was the only new person I had met here without exchanging even a few words. Hi, what are you reading? Nina was so surprised that she even jumped. Well, I mean, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Never mind. She blushed and stared at the book again. So what are you reading? The cover was written, Gone with the Wind. I gotta... Small talk. Come on. Small talk, man. It's a good book. Thanks. Honestly speaking, I haven't read it, but I think that such literature suits her very well. Lena didn't seem to be interested in continuing the conversation. Well, if I'm bothering you... No. She answered while still looking at the book. Can I sit beside you for a while? Why? And really, why? Maybe just because I was very tired and having company is better than being alone. Maybe I wanted to try and find something out from her. I carefully examined Lena. But no, I doubt that. Well, I don't know. I'm not allowed to? Feel free. But if I'm bothering you... No, you're not. I can leave. Just say. Everything's alright. Okay, then. I sat on the end of the bench carefully. After such an intense talk, staying here was the last thing I wanted. But it wouldn't be nice to just stand up and leave. It didn't really go well, huh? Lena hasn't answered anything. Seems I made a fool out of myself. Bet if Yana was here, she'd have a good laugh at me. Do you enjoy being here? Recalled Slavia's question and thought it would be a good start for a conversation. Yes. Oh my god, she smiled! I'm screenshotting this. Did it. She smiled slightly. I guess I like it too. Lena definitely isn't very sociable and probably can't carry on a meaningless conversation as easily as Slavia. There was something about her that attracted attention. Like a momentary glimpse of a reflection in the glass of a rainy autumn evening, which makes you turn around and stare into darkness searching for something that you saw out of the corner of your eye. Of course, you weren't able to distinguish or understand what it was, but it still felt so tempting. Lena was still reading the book without paying any attention to my presence. And I had no intention of asking her anything about this camp or this world in general. Beautiful night. Yes. How in the world would you start a conversation with her? It's late. I have to go. Damn it. Yes, it's quite late. Good night. Night. Something strange about this girl. First glance, she is a typically shy and modest pioneer girl, but The mystery of Lena took its own place in the massive list of mysteries about this camp which I had started to put together in my mind. Head, same thing, dots. Go to Dimitri's and get laid. Lays in the evening. There's nothing like a good time with nothing to do. Headed towards Dimitri's cabin. Finally. The light in the house was on. Hello, Simeon. You're quite late. Yeah. I went for a walk to look around the camp. Alright. You will be sleeping here, with me. She pointed her finger at one of the beds. Right here? I was a bit surprised. Yeah, something wrong? We were out of free cabins anyway. The camp leader smiled, but I'd rather think I was just out of politeness. You do want to be a decent pioneer, don't you? There was a clear emphasis on the word decent. Yep, sure. I was lost in thought for a moment. Don't you mind it... What? Mademoiselle? What the fuck does that even mean? She looked at me oddly. Surprised and some offense in her eyes. Pioneers should respect their elders. Oh, shit. She said strictly. Of course he should. No one argues with that. I blathered, not realizing what was wrong. Shouldn't you also? She stared at me. Under such a gaze, even mithril forged by the best dwarf masters from the deepest dungeons would melt. Should I what? Whoa! Whoa, okay. Alright, what the hell, bro? As you say, ma'am, what the fuck just happened? Okay, this is awesome. I love this. Shouldn't you also? She stared at me. Under such a gaze, even Mr. Yeah, okay. Should I? What's up? Annoyance and a lack of understanding made me raise my voice. You must address adults appropriately. Yes, of course, there are a lot of strange things here, but this girl is just a couple years older than me. Or maybe even younger. But I decided not to argue. While just a few minutes ago I would never have called her an adult, I have to admit that she was also given a strong character. In any case, I wasn't in a position to argue. As you say, ma'am, I mumbled. That's much better. That is how a decent pioneer should conduct himself. Now it's time to sleep. Take off your clothes. What? Honestly speaking, I was going to become neither a decent nor an indecent pioneer. Just say I wasn't going to become a pioneer at all. Do I have a choice now? No, you don't. If you don't want to, we'll have to make you. This is the motto Dimitri was probably going to use. How do you know that? Climb onto the bed and close my eyes only to realize how tired I was after today. Something hammered in my head awfully as if my brain started a night shift. They seemed to be aimed more at rolling steel than working on something more sensitive. It's the bus. The bus flew through my mind. And the square with the monument. The canteen full of pioneers and that fucking ratchety ass bitch. Yes, and the malicious face of Ileana. Same thing. Savia. Lena. And even recalling Elisa didn't give me too much of a negative feeling. What about Electric? What if I'm here for good? Day 2. This game's awesome. I like it. I was having a dream. Seemed like I was in some kind of vacuum, with nothing but nothing around me. What? With nothing but nothing around me. But not only around, I was the only creature in the universe. As if the universe had returned to a state of singularity right before the Big Bang. And something was just about to happen. Suddenly I heard a voice. I could not make out the words, but it sounded familiar. The voice was whispering something gently, as if soothing me. Excuse me. And then I realized. It was the voice of that strange girl from the bus. The girl from the dream. But what is she trying to tell me? Who is she? I woke up. Bright sunlight struck my eyes. It was almost noon. Just stretching lazily on the bed and yawning, I started to recall the previous day. In a few seconds, all its events passed before my eyes. The bus, the camp, the local inhabitants. No, it's just wrong. Not this whole situation, not me being here. It was wrong by default. My attitude towards that was wrong. Because yesterday I fell asleep here just like that. And before that I chatted nicely with the local pioneers, even managed to crack a few jokes. How could I act like that in such a situation? I should be frightened, startled by every little rustling. Should avoid all contact with the potentially hostile creatures. The last day's events were getting hazy, like I had a hangover. This really feels like the morning after a heavy drinking party. Yesterday's natural, flawless, absolutely normal conduct becomes a nightmare in the morning. Grotesque illustration from the Divine Comedy. Yes, just like that. I can't change the past now. And then again, I had probably assessed the situation and was acting accordingly. I glanced around, trying to figure out whether it had been thrown somewhere else, but Dimitri's cabin looked the same as yesterday. Everything seemed to be in its place, except for a pioneer uniform, which was hanging from the bed head. I fumbled with it in distrust and tried it on. At least this is better than walking around in winter clothes. Wish I could see myself, but I looked like a clown. For that, I needed a mirror. At least a tiny one. Finally found one on the wardrobe door. Holy! My hair! It's awesome! I looked at the newfound pioneer and jumped away in surprise. There was some teenager on the other side of the mirror. He resembled me, but he wasn't me. What? Where did the weak stubble go? Oh yeah, where were the bags under my eyes, the slouch, the deathly fatigue on my face? Yeah, it showed his face before we actually went on the bus to get here. That is interesting, holy shit. It seemed that I had not been thrown back in time or into a parallel reality, but instead had simply changed bodies with someone else. Right, that's real simple. Such things happen every day. Are you fucking kidding me? I took a closer look at this stranger, and only then I realized that it actually was me. It just wasn't today's me. Maybe the one from between my school and university years. Well, at least that's something. There you go, the person in an extreme situation did fail to notice the elephant in the room after all. But the camp leader noticed it, and last night she told me off for addressing her without proper respect. Ah, screw that. She's hot. I doubt my appearance affects anything else. Except these gorgeous ladies. The clock was not lying, breakfast was long over. Oh well, I'll try to find something in the canteen. Worked out well yesterday with Slavia, didn't it? Those memories made me smile involuntarily. The sun was shining brightly outside. A light breeze was blowing. Beautiful summer day. And I've not felt so good in the morning for several years. Why is it like red over there? That's kind of creepy. Anyway, all problems were gone, vanished into the clouds that were white as snow. Dimitri came out of nowhere. What's up, girl? Good morning, Samuel. Morning, girl. How you doing? Smiled, doing my best to show that no matter what, my morning was indeed good. You only arrived yesterday, so I decided not to wake you up. But breakfast? Never mind. Here, take this. She handed me something wrapped in paper. Judging by the oily stains, there had to be sandwiches inside. Well, thank you. Now go wash yourself. I was about to leave. Wait a second. Dimitri ran into the house and came out to shove a small bag into my hands. Inside it, I found a toothbrush, soap, small towel, and something else. I did not look too closely. Pioneer should always be clean and tidy. Let me do your neckerchief properly the first time. Yours is askew. You should do it yourself once you learn how to. Do we have to? I am going to wash myself now. Yeah, right? They could get hooked on the tap and strangle me. Fine, later then. Don't forget about the lineup. Pencils, paper, drawing lines. You don't forget such things. What lineup? What do you mean, what lineup? She frowned. It's Monday today. Weird. By matter of approximation, it should have been Sunday. Then again, shifting a day of the week is hardly the worst thing. Usually we have lineups early in the morning before breakfast, but it's Monday today, so we are having it at 12 o'clock. Don't be late. Alright, but where? At the square. Where else? There was no reason to argue, but she was too bitchy. I headed to the bathing place, where there was hot women there. Knew I could forget about separate showers and toilet. The sight of this malfunctioning symptom of decaying socialism, phony turtle with tin shell, paw taps, and a ceramic belly, felt sick. I was not a skirmish person, but nevertheless, standing there, I realized that there was still some minimal level of habitual comfort, which I found it troublesome to do without. It's often like that. When you lose things that you thought were ordinary and common, you suddenly understand how essential they were. Ah, screw this. It's if I have any choice. Just take a shower, you pussy. The water was ice cold. But washing my hands was not an issue. Washing my face and mouth became a big problem. There was no toothpaste in the bag with Olga Dimitri gave me. I could brush my teeth without it, but there was a small round box wrapped in a towel. Tooth powder. There you go. Cute. 1 point for me. Fuck off. Tits. Cute. 1 point for me being somewhere in the past. Alright. I washed myself quite quickly, also due to the ice cold water. Someone was coming quickly, or more like running towards me. Turned around. It's the little girl. Oh, shit. Dressed in the tracksuit. Girl would probably look good in anything. Pioneer uniform, bikini, probably even a spacesuit. Hey there. Oh, hi, good morning. Yeah, real smooth. Why didn't you come for breakfast? I overslept. Said it as if I was proud about it. But Dimitri gave me some sandwiches. Oh, great then. Don't forget about the lineup. Yeah, sure. As if I could forget. Right, I gotta run. Enjoy yourself. She waved goodbye to me and disappeared around the path's bend. It's like a couple of minutes to the lineup. She quickly passed by my home to drop off my washing bag and eat the sandwiches and then head to the square. Swung over the door of the camp leader's cabin and rushed inside as if jumping into the last car of a departing train. It didn't turn out to be the best idea because inside I found Dimitri, who was changing. I froze on the spot, trying not to breathe. Finally, the camp leader noticed me. Simeon! Looked away immediately. You heard of knocking? Get out! That was real clumsy. Though I did enjoy the sight. Ryuichi followed me out in a minute. Here, take this. Now it is your home too. She just gave me keys. She handed me a key. Put it in my pocket. Home. Of course, if you disregard how fantastical the current events were, this camp was far from being the worst place on earth, but to call it home. Just after one day spent here, I doubt I'd ever be able to do so. Alright, let's go. We're late. What about the sandwiches? Just eat them on the way. Passing along the lines of pioneer cabins while I was tucking into the ham sandwiches, and Dimitri kept on talking and talking. She was buzzing like a game of Operation with Parkinson's. But I cared about nothing but the food. Understood? Huh? You weren't listening. Sorry. It's food. Today is the first day of your new life as a pioneer. And you should do your best so that it becomes a happy life. Yeah, definitely. Serious. Pioneer has many duties. Great responsibility is conferred upon him. To participate in social work, to help his juniors, study and study and study again. Participate in social work. It's not going to go good. We here are all like one big family. And you will become part of it. Yeah, part. Even sign a party membership card. If it could save me from listening to this nonsense. Hope that after your term here is over, you keep that most pleasant memories about our camp. Oh, baby, yes I will. Memories that will last your whole life. And when will this turn end? Why do you keep asking silly questions? Seriously? Seems I won't get any information from her. What the fuck? That's not a silly question. This world appears to be so friendly, but it never bothered to introduce itself to me. Perhaps now I can take things somewhat easier than yesterday. Seems like I have some unspoken ceasefire with it. It isn't trying to hurt me, but I'm forbidden from asking questions. Of course, the situation is a pleasant one, but what can I do about it? A bad peace is better than a good dispute. The most important thing for you now is to make the best of the time you will spend here. I'll do my best. Honestly, I was very tired of this conversation. It'd be good to know where that here is. But, yeah, we came to the square. The pioneers were already lined up. What? Somebody not here yet? No, all here. Looked around at our brave pioneer troops. Alright, go stand somewhere. Weird. Why did she tell me there are no more sleeping places? What? That's everybody? Okay. Let's do names. It's Electro, it's Slavia, it's Lena. Who's Sla, and that's Aryan. I never met that chick. While the chief was running her mouth about her plans for the week, I stared at the people. A few heads away from stood Electronic, a little further, Lena and Slavia. The end of the line, Yana and Lisa. Everyone I had met was here. Dimitri spoke about some competitions and I turned my attention to the monument. Genda. I could not remember any revolutionary with a similar name. He had a weird posture too, as if he was looking around with distrust, maybe contempt or even disdain. Probably some local leader. Daydreaming again? Saiva brought me back to reality. Dimitri stood nearby. I am so fucked. Still remember the plan for the week? Plan? Never forget the plan. Perfect. She looked at Slavia. Did you bring it? Yes. Slavia handed me a piece of paper. It's a checklist. Here are 4 tasks to check off. Do it all today. Before you start, sign up for a club. There are some clubs in the clubhouse and a music club in separate buildings. Then visit the infirmary. Finally, visit the library. Got it? Yes. The checklist seemed like a good chance to find out something, since I had to go to places I haven't been before. And come on, start right now. What about lunch? Don't worry, I'll bring you more sandwiches. The checklist's more important. Good luck. Wait, I got keys. Fuck off, Steam. They departed too fast for me to ask anything else. Missed breakfast, now miss lunch too? This ain't good. Maybe I'll manage in time somehow. Bitch, you had sandwiches. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. Then again, if I'll go there, I might miss a place from my checklist. Okay, it's too early to go to the canteen anyway. Oh shit, I have to choose.